Are faulty beliefs blocking you? I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, faulty beliefs can be very crafty and subtle, and sometimes you may not be aware that they're lurking around in your thoughts. And if they are, then they are definitely going to be blocking you from receiving the good life that you came for. So let's have a look at what some of these faulty beliefs are, and you can do a self-check to see if you have them, and if you do, if you've got them deactivated or how you're doing with getting them deactivated. So the first one is, it's not natural to talk about what you want and think you don't have it or are lacking anything. So let's look at that. So we know our total reality is both physical reality and vibrational reality. And our inner being is always with us. Of course, we're really one with our inner being. We're an extension from our source self, always knowing what we want. And when we have contrast, then that causes us to ask and have the awareness of what we want, our inner being sets it up. So if you're talking about something that you want and you're thinking you don't have it, that's a faulty belief, because your inner being knows you have it, and it's literally on the way to you and looking for you. And as you light up with positive focus in your day, then you receive the path. So let's look at the next one. It's not natural to think it's going to be hard to have what you want. Now, the reason for that is because we know our inner being takes care of the how, who, where, and when. And all those details sets up the path, orchestrates everything. And our part is to receive all of that's been set up for us. And we do that as we feel good and the details of the path come to us. So positive focus is the feel good. When you go through your day, whatever comes up in your day, whatever you're dealing with, is you keep a positive focus on it, as I talk about in many videos, then you know that it is very joyful and easy and effortless. Not that there won't be action and thinking about using your mental capacities. There certainly will be a lot of that, but it will be all synchronized manifestations. The path is manifestations in and of itself that bring you along to connect with what you want. We did not come here for a hard life. We came for a very satisfying, flowing life. Next, it's not natural to beat yourself up thinking you are bad, wrong, or inappropriate. And the reason is because contrast is the natural part of the creative process. That's the asking right here, part one. And then it goes into our inner being creates, and then we allow as we're positive focused. That positive energy, the law of attraction, connects us with the details, and we receive. So we have an experience, we have awareness of what we want, which is the asking, and then the expansion happens, and then we're receiving. So what people call bad or wrong or troubles or any of that kind of thing, it's contrast. It's the natural part of the creative process. Nothing has gone wrong at all. It is just an experience where you gain awareness of what you want, you have clarity, your inner being knows it, sets it up, you receive it, and on you go again for more of that. Next is, it's not natural to think you have to earn worthiness and deservedness so you can have what you want. So a faulty belief will tell us that we have to be productive and we have to do certain things to have what we want. And to qualify for what we want, earn what we want, and none of that is, of course, true at all, because the contrast causes the asking. It's automatically given to us by our inner being, and then through our positive focus, we receive. So we're, by virtue of this, you can see we're automatically worthy. It's just a natural part of who we are. To think that we're unworthy is such a faulty belief. I mean, the very essence of joyous expansion is for us to be worthy, for us to have what we want so we can have more experiences and then be more clear about what we want through those experiences of contrast. So we're given it right away as soon as we have that contrast. So the idea of of unworthiness and undeservedness is absolutely ridiculous, because the very fundamental impulse of the universe supports that we have everything that we want. Next, it's not natural for you to ignore a negative emotion or to think it is a bad thing, or think it's a normal thing for you to continue to feel, or that negative emotion is an appropriate response to a life matter. Negative emotion has been used in so many ways, except for the really way it was intended to be used, and that is it's basically a fire alarm for our thoughts. When our thoughts are low vibration, out of alignment with what we want and who we are and why we're here and how life works, we want to know that. And so that's what a negative emotion tells us in the moment, that we're having one of those thoughts. And we want to deconstruct those and reconstruct them into the natural thoughts of the situation. And we can do that using the creative process. When we're thinking from the perspective of the creative process, or you could say your inner being, then you're going to have thoughts that agree with what you want and who you are and why you're here and how life works. And then the alarm will shut off because you're not having those thoughts anymore. You have realized they're nonsense and you've let them go, and you've brought in the accurate thoughts of life. Excuse me. Okay, the next one is, it's not natural to think it takes money to have what you want or to secure your life. When you want something, your inner being sets up the details, how, who, where, when, and so it's not natural for you to figure things out. That's low vibration and blocks what you want from being received. So nowhere in the creative process do we see money. You do not see any part of this creative process that requires you to have money to have what you want. What you do see is in this allowing step of the creative process, after the contrast where you've asked and your inner being has set it up, that as you provide high vibration thought energy, that focused high vibration thought energy, that broadcast to the law of attraction results in the law of attraction connecting you with all of the details that allow you to receive what you want. And money very likely could be part of those details. Your inner being will take care of that. Not necessarily always money is involved, but your inner being will always set up a comfortable path for you that's enjoyable and satisfying. And if that includes money, it does. And if it doesn't, that's fine. It's completely unrequired. Your inner being will, again, set that up in a way that works for you. So you can see money is no part of the creative process. So we really got kind of hoodwinked into thinking that money is the thing that allows us to have the things that we want and experiences and whatnot, but it certainly is not. And the only thing that allows that is the currency of high vibration thought energy when it's focused. Next is, it's not natural for you to react negatively to anything because it's in your life due to your vibration. You invited it and you can change it. Okay, so you are a broadcasting tower and you're sending out to the law of attraction, and everything about the planet coming back to you, people, circumstances, and everything is in a complete match to that vibration that you are sending out. So as you look at the people in your life and the conditions and the circumstances and all the rest of it, whatever you're observing, whatever you're experiencing through your days, it's all about your vibration. That's a beautiful thing to know, because you can change your vibration. And I talk about that in a lot of videos, how that happens. And as you do it, then the world comes to you differently that matches the new vibration. Next, it's not natural for you to expect your life to physically change when you are in stage 1 to 4 of the 7 stages of life change or manifestation change. So when we are just beginning, we plant the seed, we would not expect to instantly have the fruits of the plant. We know there's a process that goes on for that to grow and give us the fruit. And so the learning process also is like that. So you go through the first 4 stages, and then as you are through those, then you are in a position to start to see physical life manifestation changes. But before that, you are certainly not. And there's a lot of people, the people that know of energy, most people are in vacillating between stages 3 and 4, may see some stage 5, 6, and 7, but we'll come back to stage 3 and 4. That's where the majority of time is spent right now as we get masterful at choosing our thoughts and deconstructing any out of alignment thoughts that come along. And so we just want to have an understanding of what the process is, and not expecting things to change in the physical until we get all the emotional change, the energy change done. And so you can track that through that 7 stages process, and you'll know exactly where you are. So you want to make sure your expectation is in agreement with where you are in the progress. Okay, so it's not natural to think you are stuck in any physical world situation or that you have a problem, crisis, or bad situation. And the reason for that is because everything about your life that you're living, your physical life, is the projection of your vibration. It's the broadcast of your vibration. And just as your thoughts are projecting out to the law of attraction, which then returns to you what matches, it's like the projector showing a object, or I should say a movie or some kind of image on a screen on the wall. It's really the same thing. And if you want to change that image, you've got to change what's going on in the projector. Well, you are a projector. You're projecting vibration, and as you do, the same comes back to you. So you can never be stuck in a physical reality, but you can be stuck on thoughts. And when you are stuck in that focus of thoughts, then you have a focus issue. You're not stuck in anything in life. There's no problem with life. You're just stuck in a focus issue, and that is something you can change. The next one is, it's not natural to think you sit around and everything you want comes to you without any action or doing anything on your part. When I say easy and effortless, it just means that there's a flow to it. There's a synchronicity to it. It's that you're connecting in high vibration ways with resources and people and everything. That's a big difference from making things happen and that kind of physical life only. You do, in vibrational life, apply yourself mentally and physically, and even perhaps for long hours, but you do it from a joy, not struggle and drudgery. So both of these people could be in a lot of action, but one could be from a good feeling, positive focused thought action, inspired action, where the other one is doing it to make it happen, and or feeling they have to do it. And that's all low vibration. So this is a rough life when you act over here. When you're acting from here, it's a very smooth life and satisfying life. So we want to know the difference between that. So that is a list of faulty beliefs that we have picked up along the way. And if we have them, they are definitely affecting our ability to have our thought focus in a positive place. And which, of course, when we are having those thoughts that are out of alignment, and a negative emotion tells us that we are, now we're not at the vibration of the things that we want. We are at a vibration of the things that we do not like. So you can see the importance of cleaning up these faulty beliefs, and that all happens, of course, in stage 3 of the 7 stages, where you're deconstructing the out of alignment thoughts and bringing them back into alignment. So faulty beliefs are something we really want to clean up, and the way we do that, again, is with positive focus. So again, we see the key to life is positive focus. That's the thing you want to master, and as you do, then your life will start to manifest more in the ways that you want it to. Okay, that is the message for this video. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.